Hey everybody, how's it going?
What I experienced
Hello. What's going on?
with Filipinas is that they're always very good for my ego. You know, I always feel like the man around a Filipina.
Have you ever heard of a passport?
Jesus.
Whatnot. We really
cast them in a positive light, look at the realities of it.
It's because I don't want.
How's your French?
No.
No French?
No French.
Mr. Arya, if you're going to run for prime minister, I mean, you have to know that the French language matters and French it matters in Quebec.
Vasi destroys him. Welcome back to Muslim Loose. My name's David. Today's top story here. We've got a liberal gets fact-checked and destroyed on live TV. We've got Chandra Arya. This is a no-name backbencher liberal who has stepped forward now as the second liberal to throw his hat into the leadership race. This is going to be one of the most bizarre interviews you'll ever see. I'm not going to spoil it. Enjoy. This is an interesting clip here. It basically says, yes, folks, the president of the Laurentian Ski Club has spoken openly saying the next liberal leader must be from Quebec. Any questions?
Oh my God.
It's all in French, but I think we're good on the Quebec leaders. We've had one long enough. Next up, we got this one. It says 28 MPs could be denied their pensions from Parliament being prorogued. Trudeau's prorogation leaves Parliament with 28 Liberal and NDP Democrats without their pensions should they not be re-elected. Yeah, most likely.
Oh, dude, they're making a new S2000? Fuck.
Likely they're not getting re-elected.
No, I can't speak
Boo-hoo.
French.
I've sacrificed 42 years of my life to Canada, never had a handout or a pension. This is how I think most people feel. I have no pension. Why are we giving MPs pensions? Are they really that valuable? Exactly. There should be pensions after a few years. That's ridiculous. So what you're about to see here is one of the most insane interviews, partially because you can't understand what the guy's saying, and also the fact that this guy's running for prime minister. There's also some bombshell nuggets in here.
And current Ottawa MP Chandra Arya, who is with me live now in studio. Mr. Arya, good to see you. Thank you for making the time.
Thanks for having me.
So just before Christmas, I remember seeing on social media, you kind of appeared to endorse Chrystia Freeland as a leader, saying Christia's approach, polite yet firm, has demonstrated her capacity
The Chinese mind control will stop.
Let me take a look.
Schuster case, where all the author had to do was take a certain amount of proceeds and put it into an escrow account for a short period of time to satisfy a civil judgment.
So why does a restriction on ByteDance, which is not a citizen, is not located in the U.S., a restriction on TikTok?
Because what the law says to TikTok is that TikTok, you cannot use the algorithm that you prefer to use unless ByteDance executes a qualified divestiture. So the law therefore falls directly on TikTok itself. It imposes a burden on TikTok speech, again, a much more significant burden than the one that was struck.
Member for 41 months. Well, thank you, Alex.
Down in Simon & Schuster.
So you're converting the
restrictive means alternative, Your Honor, but you do have to at least consider alternatives. Here, if the concern, let's take the data security concern, which you put your finger on.
I know you want to keep going on, but I can't let you, because I can't monopolize the argument, okay? But let me just get to the bottom of that, all right?
Legal tests. I certainly understand that intuition, and if the court thought that it were prudent to simply try to rule narrowly here and not dictate broader First Amendment principles, we have no problem with the court assuming that heightened scrutiny applies. We think the law easily satisfies it. We do think that intermediate scrutiny is a more appropriate framework for this kind of law that's not directly targeting protected speech. But in any event, there's a compelling national security interest here, and the law isn't just narrowly tailored, it's precisely tailored. It's trying to fix the thing that's creating the problem, which is the PRC's involvement and the Chinese government's ability to exercise this control over the corporate entities.
How are we supposed to think about the two different rationales here and how they interact?
This within 270 days. You know, at the outset, obviously, there's no inherent impediment to divesting a social media company. We just saw Elon Musk buy X or Twitter in about 6 months from offer to completion. And even with respect to this particular company, I think my friends are not well positioned to complain about the timeline because they've been on notice since 2020 that unless they could satisfy the federal government's national security concerns, divestiture might be required. But in any event, I don't think that the court should fault Congress for trying to balance competing interests here in making sure that there was a period for compliance and trying.
Thank you. But to be clear, if that's a concern, sweep that into the ban too. Put in that non-sensitive technical data into the ban too. Obvious less restrictive alternatives.
Well, TikTok's going bye-bye. That's good. Thanks for the donation, Retired Cookie. Donated $3. Let me see.
All right, well, apparently while I was out, somebody got into the kitty cat treats. Number one, was it you, Mason?
Yes. It was him.
Did you do this?
Oh, what a
You got
sweet
into
dog.
kitty cat's treats?
I love that. Thanks for the donation, Cookie.
Stand up to even the most intimidating personalities, embodying the strength of an iron fist in a velvet glove. Now, Ms. Freeland has not announced that she's in, but she certainly hasn't announced that she's out. Why have you decided to step in yourself instead of throwing your support behind her?
During holidays, I did give a great deal of thought on what exactly is ailing Canada today. You know, we have had unprecedented structural problems today. We have got younger generation who can't afford homes. Working middle.
I can't understand what he's saying. Like, I'm picking out one out of like every 5 or 3 words or something.
Class people. In fact, the wage rise during the last 5 years.
This guy can barely speak English, also doesn't know how to speak French, and he thinks he's going to be the next prime minister.
For the third and fourth quintile people, about 40% Canadians, it is 25% below the top 20 and the bottom 20. And
dude, you can't be prime minister if you can't speak clean English. Whether people don't like it or not, the optics matter. You have to be able to speak with presence, with nuance, and with clarity. Can this guy speak French?
13 million working Canadians don't have workplace pension. Many of them will be retiring directly into poverty. So these are structural problems that requires very tough political decisions that are necessary, and I think I'm the one who can make it.
Why should Canadians believe you when you've been part of a government that has overseen those structural problems, the existence of them? I'm not attributing all blame to them, but surely Canadians would look at you and say, hey, you're saying there's big issues with the middle class. People can't afford a home. Well, you've been part of a government that didn't fix that problem.
Technically, I'm not part of the government. Technically, I'm not part of the government. I'm a member of parliament. Our job as a member of parliament is to hold government accountable.
Yeah, he's not part of the government. He's holding them to account. He wasn't a part of the Liberal government. You know, this guy is a Liberal. You know, I've only had this guy on the channel once, and that's because he's a Hindu, and there's another guy. They're having this religious clan war in the House of Commons. They're both Liberals fighting each other. The other guy threatened to take him outside and fight him. There was an F-bomb dropped. It was all a thing. That's the only time that this guy's been pulled up, because he's a backbencher. He's been sitting back there making $200,000 a year, voting yes to anything Trudeau puts on the table. And now he's not accountable? He has nothing to do with it?
Yes, some of the things that have been there, like 13 million working Canadians having workplace pension problems, it has been there for decades. So a lot of things that have been coming up, growing up, now it's all accumulating because the post-pandemic scenarios, everything changed. In fact, economists, they can't depend on the models anymore. Some of the things that are...
I can't even figure out what you're trying to say, let alone the models and whatever you just said before that.
Dude, the Liberal Party is just absolutely fucking cooked.
And I have to, again, respectfully challenge you, though. I take your point that you weren't in cabinet, but you are, as a backbencher, a member of the Liberal government. And until a number of weeks ago, you were actually one of the people supporting Prime Minister Justin Trudeau staying on. So, again, I'll put to you, like, take the issue of pensions aside. Yes, that's been around for a long time. When you talk about housing affordability, that emerged, before COVID, but was definitely punctuated right after COVID. It took years, a couple years after that, for your government to respond. Why should Canadians believe you will be more responsive?
This guy's getting fact checked on live TV here. I'm glad Vassie's doing it, because it can't have this. Come on. This guy's saying he's not a part of the government. He's going to hold the government to account. He wasn't technically a part of the government. He's just an MP. He's sitting in the back and he's voting. He's voting to support Trudeau. Does this guy think we're stupid? How did he even get this position?
Again, look at the solutions I'm proposing.
Oh, this is the guy who also wanted the National Chinese Day or something? This guy's a fucktard.
Pre-order will guarantee orders for 100,000 prefab homes. Cooperation of the municipal governments and the provincial governments.
I wanted to ask you about the race itself.
When am I doing a collab with FitX Fearless? I don't think he's really interested.
Right, because other people have waited until the rules were announced. You didn't. Why not? Are you not worried about the threshold? For example, I'm hearing somewhere between 350,000 or 500,000. There's also debate about the rules, which I want to ask you about in a second. But
so that 350, that 500, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, $350,000 to be able to enter the race. I was making a joke here the other day. Could any like conservative YouTuber just go in there and get their followers to vote for them and make them the next leader and then call an election immediately? Well, you'd have to pay whatever the entrance fee is. And now looking into it, I believe back in the 2013 leadership race for the Liberals, it was $75,000. And now they're talking, I've heard on CBC, they said 200,000, 250,000. She's mentioning 350,000, upwards of $500,000 just to enter this race. Who would want to enter this race knowing they're going to be prime minister for a month? You can see here they're talking on CBC about $500,000 to buy into the Liberal leadership race.
I think what they're all doing, in fairness to them, is waiting to see what the rules say.
Right.
Is it $500,000 that you got to put in before you become a candidate? What are the rules for membership?
That is an insane amount of money. Average Redditor donate $2. Go to 1550 for the average Reddit.
What are the consequences of misusing AI to generate content such?
React to this.
1550. All right, I'll take a look. Thanks for the donation, average Redditor. Dodo.
I want to give you.
Okay, I'll look at that in a minute. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Being deleted, we can see that as well. Are we going to find anything on there?
Dick the birthday boy?
Honestly.
The only thing you're not gonna find. The only thing you're gonna find in there, admittedly, there is. Do you ever hear of lolicon?
No.
There's lolicon.
What is lolicon?
That is drawn images.
Of what?
Young girls.
Young being under 18?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But it's all drawn, and none of it is real.
What a dumb ass. Wow, that's stupid. I can't believe you'd be that dumb.
Photographs or videos or what have you. There's none of that.
Any like real human stuff?
No.
Even not. Even if it's been deleted.
No. Like I said,
Dude, this guy is so fucking stupid. Why would you ever admit to a crime or even give them any suspicion? Just say, no, there's nothing on the phone.
Did you kick in the past?
Mm-hmm.
And
on what? Your phone?
On my phone. Just on my phone. Like I said, I got invited to some groups where I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
In some of these groups, I'd never downloaded anything.
So the way this tip came in, it was a peer-to-peer, which means somebody else had it, or you had it, and you guys were trading, pretty much. That's how that works, peer-to-peer.
Okay.
So you guys were sending it back to each other.
Okay.
From this house, this IP, with that email you told me.
Okay.
So I have a lot of things that I know are true.
Mm-hmm.
So now's the time to be very honest.
I traded once.
Okay.
Because they promised me something in return.
Did you get what you wanted in return?
No, I didn't.
What was the trade?
In one of those groups I was in, stuff was getting posted.
Sorry.
Yeah, that is horrifically stupid. Dodo donate $2. Any advice, lessons on women or relationships after your breakup? Do you have Twitter now? And have you tried debating this guy?
I'm sure by now we're all familiar.
Well, yeah, I've tried debating him. He's a fucking loser, waste time. He's just a liar. After the first debate we had, he ended up making a video where he just lied about everything. So yeah, I'm kind of done with that guy. The dude's a loser. He just talks shit, tries to get attention. Not interested in giving him any more attention. Any advice on women and relationships? One, don't under practically any circumstances ever get married because it's pointless. Two, give women what they need, not what they want. So just do you. Don't ever, like, make compromises or anything with women. Just do what you do. If you want to live a certain way, just live the way you want to live. And if a chick has a problem with that, she can deal with it. That's really the 2 pieces of advice I got for you. And I don't really have Twitter. I technically have an account just for looking at shit, but I don't use it. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
I've already discussed this. I don't care if it's fiction. Lolicon is gross.
Yeah, it is gross. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
And a live look at the court in New York, where we have breaking news to tell you about. In Donald Trump's hush money case, the judge has sentenced the president-elect to an unconditional discharge, no jail time or probation. And Kamal Karamali is following this story.
Why would they even bother?
Ooh, in this audience, an exclusive update of what I was up to this last 24 hours. Donald Trump Jr., a very good friend of mine, gave me a call and said, hey, do you want to come to Greenland? Said, yeah, that sounds great. All of a sudden, we started to run into people with MAGA hats all throughout Nook, Greenland.
This story has one of the most hilarious updates that you have to...
There is no one in Greenland wearing MAGA hats.
Stick around for, and I'll give it to you because the truth is even more amazing than
Thoughts on incels?
They're all losers, and they're almost all universally, like narcissists, usually victim narcissists. Thanks for the donation, non-wib.
Reported truth is even more amazing than his seeming fiction. But that is Charlie Kirk talking about how Greenland is actually red land. Here's a little bit more of what he had to say.
The population of Greenland is 50,000 people. In Nook, it's something like 30,000 people, maybe. And all of a sudden, people are lining the streets asking Donald Trump Jr. for pictures, and they have MAGA hats. And there's people, by the way, there was a greeting group at the airport of hundreds of people. What was striking is how many people in Nook, Greenland watched the Charlie Kirk show, followed us on TikTok. They said, oh, I follow you on TikTok. Oh, I follow you on social media. There's one of the people right there with the MAGA hat. We then went to a restaurant, and we were literally so consumed by people, so overwhelmed, we had to go get a private room, and then we brought some of the local folks in. There's Donald Trump Jr. just with some of the workers there.
That is... I'll take, if you want more from things that didn't happen for 1,000, we'll get there. But according to Charlie Kirk, people in Greenland don't want independence from Denmark, as Denmark has also stated that Greenland is not for sale. They do want to be controlled by Donald Trump. So here's a little more.
Talking to the locals and getting to know them, they can't stand their current Danish masters. They believe that Denmark, who is currently controlling of Greenland and of Nuuk, which is the largest city in Greenland, they are being mistreated. They do not like the status quo, and they want a change. They say that when they go to Copenhagen, which of course is the capital of Denmark, they are told by local Danes, go back to your home of Nuuk. You're not welcome here. They want to be part of a country.
This has to be bullshit. Like, so the whole conservative media is trying to feed people this idea that we should overtake Greenland to save the poor Greenlanders from The Danish? Like, oh, this is just ridiculous.
Country that respects them, that gives them human rights. Right now, they said, quote, we feel like prisoners in our own land, that we are being controlled by these Danish masters who treat us terribly.
Okay, fine. Love the story. It seems to jive with like your overall agenda for
Like, it's mostly white people here, right? Are they, like, ethnically the same people in Greenland? Like, they have to be. They're really fucking close. I know there's aboriginals living there.
Vegans and trannies for Trump.
Well, thank you for that, non-wib. Appreciate the donation. So, are these, like, Greenland Eskimos that are making this complaint? And then when they go to fucking Copenhagen, the Dutch are, like, saying, "Get out of our country, you dirty Eskimo! We don't want your whale blubber stink over here!" Like, is that what they're doing?
for Greenland, so I'm actually not going to fully believe you, but that's my right as an American citizen. But that pales in comparison to the story he told about a girl. We'll give her a nickname, Ruby. Take a look.
A young boy comes up. He says, Charlie. I said, oh, hey, how are you? He says, I follow you on TikTok. I need to show you something. He shows me his phone. He says, in my village 3 hours from here, when we just kind of go out into the countryside.
Oh, sorry, Dane's not Dutch.
We find rubies the size of baseballs. I said, what? He said, we have rubies the size of baseballs in my village. Now, mind you, they're not as valuable as you might think because they need to be...
Aren't rubies, like, worthless?
I don't know why you in past videos have tried to defend Lolik, and even if it's fiction it's still wrong. So what? It's fiction. You know what is also fiction? The censored 11 World War II Nazi cartoons and via to LCP still there. Extins is not just feed.
I don't know any way of justifying banning Lolicon without banning any other form of media that you find distasteful. So if the justification for banning Lolicon is that it depicts illegal activity, then you're going to have to ban, like, almost all art. You're going to have to ban practically every video game, most movies, like just about everything. So I don't know. I don't like that people are whacking off to, you know, fictional images of children, but I don't know any kind of way where you could justify banning it without also resulting it without that law also banning practically any other form of art. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo.
I just rewatched Avis' discussion with Bart Gaylord, and it's so funny how he objects to Avis' usage of the word causation, but when debating you he uses causal language. Is he even a pathologist?
Bart K is just he's just a grifting fraud, dude.
If you learn some basic fucking respect and cut your ties with those pathetic puerile fuckbags that you hang out with. Otherwise, I doubt it very much.
Well, I don't think I'm going to stop being friends with my friends, but I could still be respectful to you, Bart.
Well, that's something that you fucking haven't learned yet, pal. Perhaps you'll get better at it as we go on.
Well, yeah, I understand. Okay, so I understand. So you're not going to go into the individual studies with the meta-analyses, so we agree on that. You're not going to. Okay, and all right, cool. And if you do, then you will forfeit the debate. So that I would add that condition there. If you do go into the individual studies, if you're going to put that stipulation, that restriction, that's fine. But I will say that if you do actually go into the individual studies at that point, if you're going to hinge it on that, then you would forfeit the debate.
That would be fine because I wouldn't need to, because a study needs to stand on its own merits. So if, for example, you bring a study to me, V, and say this study says such and such, and
Yeah, Bart K is just a grifting dickhead. Thanks for the donation, though, Poop.
Thing. So in America, we will have we'll have a city like this will be the city of Chicago. And then this will be another city, and 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 this will be another city. But this is the only this is the city of Chicago, but everybody that lives in any of these like adjoined cities or any of these suburbs all say they're from Chicago. Is that the same in Canada and in Europe as well, or? Like if you live in LA, that could mean like 20 different cities, I think. Like I think people who live in like Brentwood or WeHo or like Santa Monica or Venice or like I think all of those people just say, "Oh, I'm from LA. I live in LA."
They need to be cut a certain way and they lose value, but they're very valuable. And he says, the Danes don't let us mine our rubies, our gold, our lithium, or our gas. He said it's time for a rebellion against the Danes. The younger people of Nook, the younger people of...
They're being serious about this. I thought this was kind of like a joke, sort of, but they're like actually being serious about invading Greenland. Wow. I don't understand what the motivation is for it.
Thoughts on Oluwale? 12 quadrillion 345 trillion 678 billion 987 million 654,321. Fuck.
He can be kind of annoying sometimes, but, you know, I wouldn't death note him. And he has a nice, pretty kitty who relies on him, so it's not too bad. Thanks for the donation, Non-Wib.
There is a huge difference in those two things, movies and shows, which those things are A, doing it for artistic expression, A, people who draw lower coin are doing it because they are sexually attracted to kids, also putting it online is normalizing pedos.
So if somebody draws, what is it? Damn it. Guts versus, what was her name? So if somebody like draws a manga where somebody like kills people, including a child, that's Guts murdering, I can't remember her fucking name now. I want to say Eileen or something. I'm probably totally wrong. Is that an indication they have some sort of murder fetish?
Have you seen this? This cop need to be shot. I'm not even kidding. What a psychopath. Worst cop video I've ever seen, and that's saying something.
Yeah, I've already seen that. That's a bit of an old story, but yeah, that cop should be put to death. Yeah. That was absolutely psychotic what the guy did. He should not be allowed to live. Thanks for the donation, Tool. Yeah, so if you're going to claim somebody's creating lolicon because they're interested in actually having sex with children, if somebody makes like the Call of Duty video game or Gears of War, or like name whatever violent movie or video game you want to talk about, or art, do they actually want to murder people? Think you're just trying to waste my time, but thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Of Greenland, they want to be rich. And oh my goodness, do they have wealth in Greenland. America should want those resources for our country, and Greenland should want them for their country. We'd be far more willing and able to develop them than Denmark and the socialist Greta Thunberg environmentalists from Copenhagen.
So I met this kid who showed me baseball-sized rubies. Also, my girlfriend doesn't go here. She moved to Canada, but I lost my virginity when I was 14 to her. So, but you won't meet her because she's in Canada right now. Like that's a lot of that energy. We'll tell you the update on this in a second. But Cenk, overall reaction to all this that's going on.
All right, I'm going to break it down in parts. So since the internet believes that Charlie's my best friend, let's start out with agreements, okay? Then we'll have a beer. So first off, do I believe that there are people who watch this show in Greenland? Yeah, of course. And so that's not that big a deal. Do I believe that there's right-wingers in Greenland? Of course. There's right-wingers everywhere, right? Do I believe that Don Jr. and him are good friends and they went to Greenland together? So what? That makes sense. In fact, I give Republicans credit for actually caring about their media, right? And like the idea that, I don't know, somebody related to Kamala Harris would call.
Once again, the cops are evil.
Yeah, they are. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
They do have a huge problem. Just before I was coming on air, I was looking on Twitter or X, and I was talking about the number of people signing their dog up to be a Liberal member. Yeah. That suggests to me that they've got a big problem. This giving away memberships for free, it was always a mistake, and they're going to pay a price if they don't fix that.
Why didn't you, wait until those rules before committing?
Time is short. I have to start organizing across Canada. As you know that in this race, every single of 338 ridings have got equal weightage. I have to reach people in British Columbia, to people in Halifax, people in Saskatchewan. So that is the reason why I have to rush it, announce it. So getting ready, whatever the limit they want.
Dude, this is just fucking hilarious. Like, only in Canada. Yes, I'm going to run for Prime Minister of Canada, and the reason I did it is because I didn't want to rush the thing, and now please vote for me. Like, he can barely speak English.
I want to place it on.
So you think no matter what, even at $350,000, $400,000, $500,000, you'd be okay with that? I will do. Doesn't matter what is the limit they're going to put in terms of the expense or the deposit. I will meet it.
He will meet it. So if it's $500,000, he'll meet it. Let's do some quick math here. So this guy's been sitting on the back bench making let's just say $200,000 a year for the last 10 years. It's not technically 9 years. Let's just round it up. 10 years, 200 grand. That's $2 million he's made sitting there. Now say he has been very good at not paying tax. He's had sneaky ways of not paying tax, and he's had to live on that money as well. Say he walks away with $1 million, half of that money over the last 10 years. Say he's really frugal. Is he going to take out of his savings for the past 10 years, is he going to take half?
Why did I go on FitX Fearless' stream? Well, I've been watching his content more recently, and he's pretty fucking hilarious, so I figured I'd just have a chat with him. I don't know if he's down to do any kind of collab or anything like that, but, yeah, you know, I like his content. Figured I'd talk.
of that to enter a Liberal leadership race, of which there's only 3 months until March. Likely 2/3 of that will be taken up by this Liberal leadership race. So if he wins this, he pays $500,000. He becomes prime minister for 1 month. This is highly corrupt. Is this guy getting paid off by Modi? This guy's a Hindu. Is he getting money from India? Is that why he's running? This makes no sense. No one would spend their money like this. And one other thing to note is
that is very strange. Really, really strange. Unless this guy just has a lot of fuck you money. Who knows?
They can fundraise for this and use those fundraisings to do that.
Like, there's so many people in government who have ridiculous amounts of money. Like, Jagmeet Singh, he has an $80 million net worth. So maybe this guy, you know, $500,000 cap is like nothing to him.
No dude, people who sex using kids is different. They're doing because they find the kids attacked. Vart detecting kids being murdered does not mean someone wants to kill kids. It is just trying to show reality that kids are murdered in real life.
Okay, so drawing kids being murdered is okay, but drawing kids in a sexually graphic way bad. Okay. Again, I don't like lolly art, but I don't see any way of banning it without banning other forms of artwork. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
A startup crypto venture called Praxis, financed by Peter Thiel, tried to negotiate a purchase of Greenland recently.
That is very strange. Especially since this guy has given a fuck ton of money to Donald Trump. I wonder if this has anything to do with his campaign financing. It's really weird. Remember America first, and let's not get ourselves into other countries' problems and not start any new wars. Remember that? I guess we all forgot. Thanks for the donation, retard.
That, but they don't have enough time to fundraise. So these guys are going to have to fork the bill out of their pocket, essentially. Are they going to have this big wave of liberals coming out with their pocketbooks to pay for this? I don't think so. The other thing to consider here is, say he spends $500,000 to join the leadership race, and say he wins and he's prime minister for 1 month. Then he gets obliterated by Pierre Poilievre. He would still be the leader, but he would be of a party that gets obliterated. It might lose party status. Who's going to spend $500,000 to take that risk? I get it, they can fundraise, but they don't have the time for that. This whole situation reeks of foreign interference.
Been also very vocal against a foreign agents registry, and there is some consternation from
Oh, isn't that funny?
people in your caucus about the eligibility rules for voting in this leadership race. My understanding, based on talking to other MPs yesterday, was that there was a real appeal made to the party leadership to make it so that just citizens and permanent residents are able to vote. Are you supportive of that?
Absolutely. In fact, my thing is that I've already sent a note to my volunteers across Canada, make membership, but limit it to citizens and permanent residents only. And on the foreign agent registry, if you read the petition itself, that petition is not against the registry itself. The petitioners support that
I literally can't even understand what this guy is saying. He might as well be speaking Hindi.
Registry be there for foreign agents, but how you approach it, whom you cover it, not the academicians, not the...
I can't, Farrell. I'm struggling to understand what he's even saying. It is so obnoxious to try to listen to. I think he's saying limit it to permanent residents and citizens to be able to vote. This is insane. Canadian citizens are the ones who should be able to vote. And to be prime minister, to enter the leadership race, it should be Canadian born, period.
Just one final question to you, Mr. Arya, around national security in that vein. You, I think, by some of your colleagues are seen to have close ties with the Indian government, or Modi. You had a visit in the summer. Since then, I know you're well aware of the accusations being leveled against agents of that government, going so far as to be accused of being complicit in murder here on Canadian soil. What do you say to Canadians who would have concerns about your ability to secure our national security or not be compromised?
I will tell Canadians, during the last 12 months, I have met 2 prime ministers of 2 different countries. I met 2 foreign ministers. And the year before, I met a president, a prime minister, and several ministers. Here, some of these people who have been attacking me is because of my religion. I'm a Hindu. So Modi and India happens to be a Hindu country. So that is the reason that continuing. But see my actions, see my statement through my entire career, at least 10 years as MP. You have any problem in that?
Do you have...
I don't understand how this guy could be MP for 10 years and still not know how to speak English. Like, I've literally met people who have, like, immigrated to Canada, like, 3 or 4 years ago, and they just started speaking English. And they speak English more clearly than this guy. How long has he been, in Canada? Like, it's just so weird how he has trouble speaking, and he has like this ridiculously fucking thick accent.
I got a problem. You've been voting with Trudeau. That's the problem. But you're not responsible. You weren't technically in the government. The guy literally said that.
Concerns, though, about the actions of agents of the Indian government, according to, again, what your government has accused very publicly happened.
Absolutely. I made very clear in this very studio that no foreign country have got any business interfering into our domestic affairs.
This guy doesn't have a chance to win. Why is he entering? He knows he can't win. This guy has such a low chance of winning that if Justin Trudeau entered the Liberal leadership race, he would have a worse chance at winning against Justin Trudeau. That's how bad this guy's odds are. Trudeau still has some people swooning over his hair that will get some votes. This guy will get no votes, unless they're votes coming from foreign interference. I can't be the only one here. As a Canadian by choice, I find this utter nonsense. Canadians by birth should be the ones representing Canada, not Canadians by choice. This is ridiculous. Oh my God, I can't even understand what he is saying. Come on, this guy has no chance. Now do it in French. Yeah, does he even speak French? So later on here, I found this clip of Arya on Power and Politics on CBC, and he was asked if he speaks French. Here's the answer.
How's your French?
No.
No French?
No French.
Okay, the Liberal Party of Canada is the party of official bilingualism. It's going to be a tough one. I don't speak French either, so
The point is that whether the Quebecers or English Canadians, it's not the language that matters, it's what is that they deliver to them.
But the language matters very much in Quebec.
No. At the end of the day, Quebec...
Oh my God, that is the stupidest thing you could possibly fucking say. They've literally made it illegal, practically, to use English in fucking Quebec. Like it fucking matters to them because they're fucking insane whack jobs.
See who delivers what. We have English-speaking, French-fluent prime minister for all the time. One of the things that matters to Quebecers are being a sovereign country, a sovereign republic.
Yeah.
And which prime minister has ever talked about.
This guy is so delusional. He doesn't understand how people work. He doesn't even understand how he appears to all of us. We can barely understand his English, let alone he doesn't speak French. This is just a clown show. Put him in the seat. This will be funny. Make him prime minister.
Or that.
Mr. Arya, if you're going to run for prime minister, I mean, you have to know that the French language matters and the French it matters in Quebec.
Trust me.
Profoundly.
Trust me.
Trust me, bro. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You got David Cochrane laughing at you in your face on his show here.
End of the day, for French Canadians and English Canadians, the matters most is that how the children and grandchildren are going to prosper in this country. That is the thing that matters.
Okay.
Apparently that's what matters.
No. French people in Canada are fucking insane whack jobs, and all they fucking care about is that everybody around them uses French. It's crazy. Oh my God. The amount of fucking business and money they've lost from their stupid French language mandates. They do not fucking care about making money and like being able to afford rent. They'd rather just everyone around them speak French.
Matters. Trust me, bro. I know what I'm talking about. This guy is a buffoon. This guy is seriously unfunny joke, just like the rest of the Liberal Party. Won't win his seat, can't speak much French. I think he's perfect pick for the PM. Look at this. In fairness, he can't speak English either. 2 official languages, and he's not fluent in either. His comments. Is he trolling? I can't understand him. 338 has him losing his own riding 45 to 29%. I don't even know what he said 100%. Please put him in. I want the Liberals to have 0 seats after the election. precisely, cleanly, and with powerful language. This guy does not have that. I don't know how he got into this position. He will not be the next prime minister. We also have Liberal MP Chad Collins. He did come out against Justin Trudeau's holiday tax break thing, not supporting seniors with those imaginary checks that are not going to be sent out. He's further saying good riddance to Trudeau here.
He made the right decision. I think it should have happened last year.
Collins also says he was disappointed with one aspect of Trudeau's resignation speech.
It has become obvious to me with the internal battles that I cannot be the one to carry the Liberal standard into the next election.
Collins says it wasn't fair to try to shift the blame to Liberal MPs.
I think, left out of that speech was the whole issue of Canadians have tuned him out. We wouldn't be having this discussion if I think the Canadian public still had confidence in his leadership.
Vote for me for Prime Minister.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel Cars Update. A 1 like, comment, subscribe. The 2025 Honda S2000. Why it's a game changer.
Oh my god. What in the fuck is that channel?
Welcome back to the channel.
Yeah, dude, this car has like perfect styling. It's a really nice looking car.
From its cutting-edge design to its high-performance engineering, 25 Stuke 2000 combines sharp angular lights that feature lightweight, a subtle yet functional 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine paired with Honda's e-Assist hybrid system. Together, they deliver an impressive 330 horsepower and 295 lb-ft.
That's not too bad. I think that's better numbers than the Mazda Miata. That's pretty cool.
This guy, look at that! Look! The guy was formerly obese. He was out of shape and he lost his way. He stopped exercising. He wasn't taking care of himself. And then for more than a year, he stops recording videos. He focuses on himself and he has a goal to get jacked, to get shredded, and to everywhere you look, you're going to see David's before and afters. And so you'll see in the before.
I mean, the guy is clearly natty. I don't know why you even have to bother.
Can you react to this?
Yeah, sure, let me see.
Do we continue to exist after the death of the body? And if we do, what would that look like? I'm not suggesting that I know the answer to this question, and I also don't want to disparage any religious beliefs that help people come to terms with death. That's not really my bag. This video is just going to be analyzing some of the possibilities, and trying to figure out whether they're good or bad. Exist. Death is the permanent end of experience, eternal nothingness. This is the most straightforward scenario. Death is the end of life, so the idea that there is life after death is obviously false. Our fear of death is biologically programmed into us, and to an extent it's unavoidable. But maybe philosophy can help us reason our way out of this situation. Is death bad? Well, you might say that someone dying is bad, because they're not around anymore. That person was there, and now they're not. But I don't think this is actually the key to the badness here. Let me hit you with this thought experiment. Let's say your best friend in the whole world is this guy George. George spent years studying astrophysics, and he's about to go on an expedition to the Andromeda Galaxy to do research there for the rest of his life. You can't follow him there, and once he leaves, there will be no way to communicate with him ever again. That's a bit of a bummer. But now, let's say that instead of leaving, the rocket George is taking explodes immediately after launching, killing him instantly. The outcome is the same from your perspective. George is gone, and you'll never see him again. But the situation where the rocket explodes definitely seems worse. So the issue isn't just that George isn't around anymore. There's something important about the fact that George died. Okay, so instead of thinking about George, let's think about me. Death is bad because I won't exist anymore. And personally, I really like existing. Existing is pretty epic. Is it bad for me though? When I'm dead, I won't exist. So who would it be bad for? It's easy to think that when we die, we enter into a kind of blackness, or void, and we place ourselves into it. It's as if we sink into this pit of nothingness, and we're trapped there forever. We end up in this strange realm, with no thoughts, no sensations, no experience, and this is something that we somehow witness for eternity. But this doesn't really make sense. This is reifying nothingness. The comedian Norm Macdonald once said,
"And then I came to a realization that you and death will never intersect. As long as you're here, death is not. As long as death is there, you are not."
Yeah, but since you know it's coming.
Oh, but you don't want that.
It's very deep. Didn't know he was such a deep thinker.
You should watch the whole Alice Weidel and Elon Musk conversation. Alice Weidel and Aft have some stupid take when it comes to COVID vaccine or Russia, but they are based for the most part.
Welcome, Alice.
I'm not watching that. It's an hour 14 minutes long, dude. Like, maybe I can save that link for like another stream or something, but I'm not watching that right now. I just can't. Thanks for the donation, though, Sokiyashi. Why do Muslims in the U.S. seem more liberal than Christians? It's because they want more Muslims into the country, so they adopt these bullshit, progressive values of like pro-immigration and shit just to spread Islam more. They're not really liberal or progressive.
He got this idea from the Greek philosopher Epicurus, who had a similar quote. So death, the most terrifying of ills, is nothing to us, since so long as we exist, death is not with us. But when death comes, then we do not exist. It does not concern either the living or the dead, since for the former it is not, and for the latter are no more. Okay, but does it actually have to be bad for me for it to still be bad? Things can be bad in different ways. Putting my hand on a hot stove is bad, because I'm experiencing the pain and the badness directly. Burning my hand is immediately and intrinsically bad. But let's consider a different scenario. Let's say I spend my evening scrolling TikTok. The whole time I'm mildly entertained. It's a neutral experience. But what if my friends had also invited me out that night? I was scrolling TikTok alone in my room, instead of cracking a few cold ones with the boys, which would have been way more fun. That time I spent scrolling wasn't intrinsically bad, but it was bad compared to what I could have been doing instead.
No, haven't seen the Loner Box video. We might react to it tonight.
This example illustrates the deprivation account of why death might be bad. Not existing isn't bad in an inherent way, but it's bad compared to all the fun, meaningful experiences I could have if I continued to exist. Okay, but let's take this non-existing thing a little further. What if I never existed in the first place? Would this be bad? Well, it seems bad for me because I do exist now, but this runs into some major problems. Think about all the possible people that could exist. Let's look at our current generation right now. Let's say there are about 5 billion people who could reproduce, half men and half women. Each man could technically create a new person with each woman. And beyond that, every single egg-sperm combination of each of those pairs would also create a different person. If a different sperm won the race, I wouldn't be the same person I am now. I would be my sibling. As a rough calculation, that's 2.5 billion women times 30 years of reproduction times 12 eggs times 2.5 billion men times 50 years of reproduction times a conservative 365 ejaculations per year times about 40 million sperm per ejaculation. That works out to this number, 15 with 32 zeros. And this is still only a tiny fraction. All of those potential people could also have children with each.
Nicholas $20, did you keep all your companion animals when Jasmine left? I kept Gummy and Chicken and Chungus, but she took Finn, Faye, and Bimo. Thanks for the donation, Nicholas.
Each other. This could go on for potential generation after potential generation. If the deprivation account is true, you have to feel sorry for this
Nah, I haven't watched Banshee yet.
Infinite amount of
Do I watch pigeon videos? They're insanely cute. Occasionally I come across them. Most of the animal videos that I watch are like cat videos or dogs being funny or parrots.
People who never got the chance to exist. That seems like a bit too much emotional labor for me. Okay, but we can just fix this by adjusting the deprivation account a little bit. Instead of a deprivation of life, it's a deprivation of a life that actually existed at some point. This seems to have filled the hole I just poked in the argument. But there's still a problem. The section of time after your death isn't the only section of time you don't exist. You also don't exist before you're born. But who really cares about that? If you told me that I'm only going to live to age 50, I would be bummed out.
It's almost as if he's beginning to realize that none of it matters. It's all an illusion. Nihilism is the only truth, and none of it matters.
And I would wish that I could live longer, but I don't wish that I was born 50 years earlier. We seem to care more about existing in the future than existing in the past. So to sum things up, non-existence after death is a complicated issue. Personally, I'm sympathetic to the deprivation account. I like existing a lot, but this is also the perspective of a guy who exists, which is definitely biased. I'll put nothingness in B tier. Ranking heaven in a video like this is a little tricky. Religions that describe a heavenly realm are usually pretty vague about what it's actually like there. It's described as this perfect, beautiful place, with no pain and suffering, where we can live in bliss and worship God for eternity. But is this kind of immortality something we actually want?
Have you ever considered if Anthony Starr is an actual psycho or sociopath and that because of his anti-personality disorder he is able to play Homelander so well?
Maybe there's something about being a superhero.
He seems really weird in public. Like, it's as if he's not playing a character. He literally acts like Homelander in real life.
Hero or super villain.
Just less unhinged. Like, he doesn't go crazy and start crying or anything, but I don't know if he's actually playing a character when he plays Homelander.
Makes somebody a little more prone to violence? Because Anthony Starr, one of the leads of the hit Amazon Prime show The Boys, was arrested for assault in March of 2022 in Spain. Starr was in Costa Blanca at a pub. Apparently, Anthony had beef with the chef named Bathuel Araujo, and Araujo claimed Anthony, who was quite inebriated, punched him in the face twice, which would have been a bad look already. But Starr upped the ante when he also smashed a glass on Araujo's face.
Yeah, I gotta watch Banshee. It actually looks really fucking good. Oh, is that the one with the albino prison dude who got his dick bit off? Yeah, but Banshee looks good. Thanks for the donation, Sokiyashi.
Want.
This idea of humans being able to exist in some sort of perfect paradise is just nonsense. It's part of the human condition to experience pain and struggle, and there's no way to create a perfect world for a human. So if there was, this heavenly realm, it would be a lot like this world. It wouldn't really be much different. You'd have fundamentally the same problems. So, I don't believe in an afterlife or heaven or anything, but, like, the ideas that people have, it's nothing but pure fantasy. Life, I shouldn't even say life. Existence for a human being is kind of like treading water. There's always a certain amount of effort and struggle that you're going to have in order to stay above water. And, in the life we have now with all these, like, stupid little problems, you might end up being chased by a shark. There might be a storm that kind of, like, sucks you down, and you might get swallowed by a wave and shit, and then you have to struggle even harder to get away from the shark or, like, swim up to get air. But it's always a struggle no matter what. And the only way to, there's no way out of it. There's only a way to make it easier for you. And it's just by, getting physically and mentally stronger. But the idea of there being some sort of perfect paradise where, pain and suffering don't exist anymore, that's literally impossible for the human mind. So if there is a heaven or afterlife or something like that, it's not a paradise. It's going to be much like the world you're living in right now.
Actually want. The deprivation account might say yes. Not existing is bad, because you'll miss all the fun. So if we live forever, that would be ideal. Well, not exactly. At a certain point, there might not actually be anything interesting for existence to give you. You wouldn't be deprived of anything. Imagine a classic idea of heaven. We all turn into angels, and spend eternity singing psalms together or something. Singing psalms is probably pretty fun to do for a while, but doing that for all of eternity seems a little excessive. What kind of life would be worth living forever? This isn't just 100 years, 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, or 1,000,000,000 years. This existence has no end. There are some things I love doing. Eating lamb vindaloo, solving Minesweeper puzzles, listening to Beach House, whatever. But after the first 100,000 years of doing that, it would probably get a bit stale. Okay, well, let's say you take a different approach, and you try to make the most of your time. You spend 1,000 years writing novels, 1,000 years painting. You learn how to play every single instrument at an expert level. You will always run out of things to do. At some point, you will have done it all. You might be able to fix this problem with some kind of amnesia system. Let's say you get bored after about 1,000 years of doing stuff. At this point, you start to lose your memories and forget what you did a few hundred years ago. By the time you're at 2 billion years, you could barely remember what you spent your time doing as a young 100 million-year-old angel. At this point, you've changed completely. You have different tastes, a different personality, and you spend your time doing things that you wouldn't imagine doing before. But is this really worth it? There is continuity between the young angel me and the old angel me, but is it still really me? I don't even remember the previous me existing at all. My personality is totally different too, and I'm probably hanging out with different angel friends. I don't think I'd want something like this. Alright, but maybe instead of having to try to do interesting things or entertain yourself...
Would you be against nuking Afghanistan? Not really. No. Like, Afghanistan's pretty fucked, so I don't really, don't know why I'd necessarily be against the idea. Link donated $2. Trump will do no jail time, lucky fuck also.
Storm, we hate to put the temptation.
Well, how in the hell is he gonna serve any jail time? It's just nonsense. Vegans are killing their pets. She's still doing this? Like, I give a fuck what she says, dude.
15 years later, the cinema is taking its first steps. Cameramen employed by the Lumiere brothers filming at Jerusalem Station provide the first moving pictures taken in Palestine. From now on, the camera is the recording eye, and what it records is this: a society much like that of Cairo, Damascus, or Beirut, in an Arab city much like any other. By the end of the 19th century, Palestine has 500,000 inhabitants, of whom 30,000 live in Jerusalem. A veiled woman, a Sunni Muslim, one of the majority. An Orthodox Jew. He too turns away from the camera. Here we have an Armenian Pope. Each of the Christian denominations has its church here in the Holy City. The holy places of the three religions are scattered across a few hundred square meters. The Great Mosque is close to Christ's tomb. Further along, at the foot of the Wailing Wall, a Jew is reciting a prayer. He is wearing a Turkish tabush, and though he prays in Hebrew, his everyday language is Arabic. Damascus.
Okay.
I'm the passenger in the vehicle, and you're asking for my license?
I'm asking for your license, yes.
And I'm the passenger in the vehicle?
Yes.
Because, I'm sorry, why again?
Something came up. I need to check something. Are you refusing?
Yes, I am, because I'm not the driver. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Yeah. And see, he got pulled over for tinted windows, right? Your officer told me, give me your ID. I need your ID and your license. What does that mean?
Obviously, I wasn't here. She got pulled over.
Right.
The reason why I got called to the scene is because this is your father?
It's my uncle.
Your uncle. So when my partner ran your uncle's name, right? Sometimes our computer will give us a generic warrant result if the name is similar in the computer system. So when she initially ran his driver's license, she got a hit saying that he was a wanted person by the New York City Police Department.
What does that have to do with the passenger?
Again, I wasn't here when you initially got pulled over, but look at it from our standpoint.
Your officer is letting me know that you were wrong.
Yeah. If you're the passenger in a vehicle, you do not need to give your ID at a traffic stop.
I think he's in New York City, and it has to do with voter ID laws. And he's going up to all these white people, and he's asking, do you think these laws are racist? Like having to have an ID to vote. And their answers are actually the most racist thing you've ever heard, because they're like, well, of course it is, well, they may not know they need an ID, or they may not have access to a DMV, or they may not have the money for an ID. You need to know, like, do you realize that inherently you're saying people of color are too stupid, they don't know they need an ID, they don't have the money to have an ID, they have nowhere to go where they would need an ID?
That's true. Black people are way less likely to have something like a passport because they're less likely to do international travel because, on average, they make less money. Same goes with, like, a driver's license. If you rely on public transport and you don't have money for a car, you're less likely to have a fucking driver's license, and then you won't have that ID. This is just dumb. I'm not going to bother watching the whole thing. But yeah, black people are less likely to have an ID for a variety of reasons, and Republicans know this, so they try to create voter ID laws to prevent black people from voting. Everyone knows that.
You just experience complete bliss for eternity. Maximum pleasure. This seems appealing at first, but it also reminds me of something. There was a study where they attached electrodes to a rat's brain that released an intense burst of pleasure. They hooked this up to a button that the rat could press whenever it wanted. As you might expect, the rat just sat there pressing the button over and over until it died. But I'm not a rat, I'm a human. And it might sound arrogant, but I somehow feel like I'm above that kind of thing. I'd probably really enjoy the intense bliss for the first few thousand years, but then I'd start to think to myself, is this all there is? Okay, so here's a heaven I think would actually be desirable. You can hang out there as long.
I had a similar experience to that. When I had the mushroom trip a few years ago, I ended up having a nonstop 30-minute orgasm, and after a few minutes, it ended up becoming painful, and I wanted out of it. You can't experience pure bliss constantly, indefinitely, and it still be pleasurable. It ends up being painful.
As long as you want, but the door is open. Once you're satisfied with all the things you've done, you can peace out. This scenario seems pretty good. The problem is we don't really know which of these situations heaven would actually be, and some of these cases are just totally made up to fix the boredom problem. I think the standard understanding of heaven is just that you live forever in a perfect place. If that's the type of heaven we're working with, I'm not a huge fan. C tier.
Are you going to go on Vegally? What in the hell is Vegally? Oh, vegan dating app? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna enjoy being single for a while.
Inferno, the first part of Dante's Divine Comedy, is probably the most famous depiction of hell. It has 9 circles, filled with horrible punishments like boiling in pools of blood or being submerged in frozen lakes. Even Buddhism has different types of hells with intricate punishments, like the realm of the hungry ghosts. There are a lot of different depictions of what hell would actually be like, so I won't spend too much time on the details here. At least in the biblical tradition, it's important to understand that hell is a very complicated issue. From what I gather, a lot of the colloquial understanding of hell comes from medieval art and literature, and isn't actually directly based on anything the Bible says.
You ever sat down and read this thing? Technically, we're not allowed to go to the bathroom.
Some people believe that when the Bible says eternal fire, it might not necessarily mean eternal torment. It could be that you had a soul, but it gets destroyed if you're a sinner. That would make this situation similar to nothingness. You don't experience suffering for eternity, you're just denied entry into the afterlife. But for this video, I'll consider the most common interpretation of hell, some kind of eternal suffering. If that's hell, I don't think my placement here will be particularly surprising. It's safe to say that suffering is bad. It's like burning my hand on a hot stove, like I mentioned earlier. We have an immediate, absolute aversion to the conscious experience of suffering. It's a fundamentally negative state of being. And not only does suffering suck, but our damnation would, in fact, be eternal. When I talked about heaven, I came to the conclusion that immortality itself comes with downsides, even if you're free to do whatever you want, or experience intense bliss. Here, all the bad things about eternity are combined with a constant state of suffering. Bottom tier. Ghosts, apparitions, phantoms, specters, spirits.
Ghouls. Son of a bitch.
Surprisingly, something like 18% of Americans believe they've had an encounter with a ghost. If you were a ghost, you would be condemned to exist in the realm of the living, no clipping through surfaces and witnessing your loved ones going through their lives. Maybe this is some kind of limbo state before you go to some afterlife, but for now we'll just consider the ghost life. The only way you can communicate with people is with a Ouija board, which by the way is created by Hasbro, the same company that makes Monopoly and Connect 4. Your only line of communication to your relatives is through 13-year-olds trying to induce a paranormal experience at 3 a.m. I feel like that would get pretty frustrating. Maybe you'd be condemned to haunt a particular location for some reason. Maybe you were murdered in a particular house, and now you have to spend eternity shifting around items on the counter to freak out whoever happens to live in that house in the future. Maybe some guy is being too much of a greedy capitalist on Christmas, and you need to visit him one night and show him visions, teaching him about the errors of his ways, and inspiring him to care more for others during the holiday season. In any of these cases, I think this would be a pretty bad example.
Jordan Peterson interviewed Rob Schneider? Why in the fuck would he interview that loser?
The stuff you're able to do would get really boring really quick. It's not quite as bad as hell with the whole eternal suffering thing, but I'll still put it in bottom tier.
I played the demo for Dante's Infernal, but I never got the game.
What in tarnation? It's time to talk about reincarnation. Incarnation, more like the United States of America.
Yeah, Jasmine and I were married.
And reliance on the automobile.
We still are married.
Incarnation.
But we got to initiate the divorce.
Reincarnation is when you die and then start a new life in a different body, repeating the cycle of life and death for eternity. This idea is very, very old, and there are a lot of different takes on how exactly it might work. According to the Hindu tradition, we all have souls that get passed along through lifetimes, which explains how there's continuity from one life to the next. In very early Hindu culture, there was an almost Christian understanding of an afterlife, with a heaven and a hell. Depending on how good of a person you are in life, you end up in one of those places. But some people thought that this
Do you think foraging will happen? What is foraging?
Was too black and white. People aren't either good or bad as a whole. It's a gradation. Being good and being evil.
Retard, donate $2, oh boy.
This conversation that we're having is something.
Oh, that's gonna be very, very retarded. The battle of two retards. We'll definitely react to that later tonight. Thanks for the donation, retard.
Has levels to it. If you're like a slightly alright person, you'll end up in heaven with Mother Teresa and Mahatma Gandhi. But if you're a bit of a bad dude, you'll end up in hell with Hitler. This doesn't really seem fair. But reincarnation kind of fixes this. You end up reincarnating into a new existence, directly proportional to how good you are. If you're a decent enough guy, you'll get a decent reincarnation. But if you're really min-maxing your karma, you'll get a pretty sweet reincarnation. But for the Buddhists, there isn't actually anything concrete like a soul that's carrying over. Buddhism has the famous teaching of no self, or anatman, which is the idea that nothing in the world has any kind of permanent essence to it, including our personhood. For the Buddhists, what we think is our self is composed of the 5 aggregates: form, the body, perception, consciousness, feeling, and fabrication. These structures are impermanent, but in the cycle of existence, that's what's being carried over into the next life. You can think of it kind of like the band King Crimson. Over the years, a lot of the members have left the band, and new ones have joined. After a few years, none of the founding members were there anymore. It's all new people, but it's still King Crimson. This is what the mind is like in Buddhism. There's no tangible core or identity to it, because it's constantly changing over time. Another example is the ship of Theseus. Imagine a ship. After a while, some of the boards start getting a bit weak, so they're replaced with new ones. New screws, new sails, everything. Eventually, every single component of the ship has been swapped out, but there's still continuity there. Ultimately, through extensive meditation and contemplation, you can achieve enlightenment, which frees you from this cycle of life and death, and you achieve nirvana. Some ancient Greek philosophers also believed in a kind of reincarnation, but they called it metempsychosis, coming from meta, to change, and emsykun, putting a soul into. Pythagoras is probably the most famous guy from this tradition that seemed to believe in it. There was an anecdote about a puppy being beaten, and Pythagoras jumped in to stop it. He argued that when he heard the dog yelping, he recognized the soul of one of his friends. So would reincarnation be desirable? Well, for me, it kind of solves both the problems of nothingness and immortality. When you die, your conscious experience doesn't cease.
And over donate $2, let me see. Want to deport 11 million illegals and 2 puppies. 2 puppies, why? See, nobody cares about the illegals. That's funny. Thanks for the donation, Ben.
To exist, so there's no deprivation of experience into the future. And it also wouldn't exactly get boring. Every new life presents you with a new mode of experience, new friends, new things to do. Maybe in my next life I'll be an orangutan running around, or maybe I'll be a famous musician, who knows. And if getting reincarnated isn't really your bag, you can just get enlightened and break from the cycle. This all seems pretty good. A tier. You die, and then immediately begin the same life again. Everything is exactly the same. You make all the same decisions, you make all the same mistakes, you work the same job, you have the same friends, and you die in the exact same way. Just to do it all over again for eternity.
Oh shit, here we go again.
This is the famous philosophical idea of eternal return, or eternal recurrence. It started with the Stoics, who you might be familiar with from all the self-help stuff on the internet, but it really took off when Nietzsche brought it up. His first reference to it is a thought experiment in the gay science. It goes like this. One day, a demon visits you and says,
"Hey man, this life you're living right now, you're gonna live this same life an infinite amount of times, and there won't be anything new.
Would you hate this, or would you accept it?" He expanded on this some more and thus spoke Zarathustra. The main character starts off pretty terrified at the prospect of eternal recurrence, but eventually they get over it and end up embracing it. Now it's interesting to note that Nietzsche doesn't actually come out and say that he believes this is the case. He's not making any concrete metaphysical claim, he's just throwing it out there as a possibility. What this thought experiment is doing is more concerned with your reaction to that possibility.
What do you think about banging escorts? It's not my thing. I don't really like having sex with people I don't know.
If it terrifies you, you probably aren't living the kind of life you actually want to live. But if you embrace it, you're probably on the right track. But what if this is actually the case? When you die, everything resets back to when you were first born, and you go through all the same experiences again. For me personally, this seems pretty good. At least so far, my life has been pretty enjoyable. I had a happy childhood, and my early adult life has been interesting and rewarding so far. Assuming everything goes according to plan, and my life continues to be fairly good on average, I think I would be content living this life over and over again for eternity. I guess I passed Nietzsche's test. It might sound a little depressing to know that this life is all there is, but every time I live my life, it feels like it's the first time. Even if I've already had all these experiences in the exact same way, an infinite amount of times already, it still feels like the first time. All my experiences feel fresh and new. But with that being said, I have a pretty fortunate life, to the point that I'm basically as lucky as you can get. I had good life RNG. I'm a white straight man from Canada with enough money to live comfortably. I don't face any kind of oppression. I don't have any chronic pain. I have great friends and a loving family. But unfortunately, a lot of people aren't so lucky. If eternal recurrence is true, everyone who has ever suffered would have to live through that for eternity. Everyone who died in a famine, everyone who died in a war, would have to experience that over and over forever. If we're extending this to non-human animals too, every single factory-farmed cow would have to live through that horrible existence for eternity. Every instance of suffering gets magnified an infinite amount of times. The same is true of positive experiences. You will have your first kiss an infinite amount of times. But the suffering makes it seem like that might not be 100% worthwhile. If I was ranking this based solely on my own experience, I would put this pretty high. But because of all the conscious suffering, I'll compromise and stick it in B. The simulation argument is really big among Silicon Valley guys pretending to be philosophers, but the actual simulation argument was laid out by a genuine philosopher, Nick Bostrom. The argument goes like this. He lays out 3 possible scenarios. In scenario 1, humans and other civilizations like ours probably won't advance technology far enough to create simulated realities, or creating simulated realities is impossible in the first place. In the second scenario, creating simulated realities is possible, but if a civilization creates one, it won't make a lot of them, because it requires too much processing power, or there's some other kind of limitation. And finally, creating simulated realities is possible, and there's no limit on how many get produced. These simulations would be entirely indistinguishable from ordinary reality. If we're in this scenario, we're almost certainly living in a simulated reality right now. The sheer number of simulated realities would outnumber actual reality by so much that the probability that we're in actual reality would be very close to 0. Now, Bostrom's argument makes a lot of pretty hefty assumptions. The first one is that mental states don't depend on their physical instantiation. Our current conscious experience happens to emerge from biological neural networks in our brain. But according to this view, this doesn't have to be the case. If we could create a silicon processor in a computer with the exact same neural network, the same conscious experience would arise. Consciousness is a matter of information processing. There's nothing more going on. This is known as substrate independence. To be clear, this is a pretty controversial take. A lot of philosophers of mind believe that consciousness isn't reducible to computation. Some believe that consciousness does require a specific kind of substance for it to emerge, like a brain. But for the purposes of this argument, we'll assume substrate independence for consciousness. Bostrom also spends some time in his paper laying out some concrete numbers, showing how the simulation might be done. If it does end up being possible, it will be really—
What medical breakthroughs do you think we're close to? We're probably close to a cure for cancer. It wouldn't surprise me if in the next few years we have a cure for cancer.
hard. But if we assume that technology continues to progress and accelerate, it doesn't really matter how long it takes. Based on how much computing power it takes to replicate a single piece of neural tissue, we would need a computer that could perform about 10 to the 14 operations per second to replicate a human brain. Other estimates sit a bit higher, at 10 to the 16 or 10 to the 17. We'd have to generate some kind of environment for that brain too, and this really depends on how thorough we are with environmental simulation. At a minimum, we'd have to replicate the ordinary interactions humans might have with each other, or their environment. We couldn't program every single subatomic particle in the universe, so a lot of stuff would have to be left unrendered until a human came by to observe it. Based on all of this, along with a hypothetical computer design that could perform 10 to the 42 operations per second, Bostrom figures that civilizations in the distant future could indeed create simulations. There's nothing in principle preventing this from being possible. Now, for the record, I'm not personally sold on the simulation argument. I'm not sure substrate independence is true, and I also don't know that it's a guarantee that civilization will continue developing forever. With climate change, resource depletion, and nuclear war, it's totally possible that we'll end up destroying ourselves. This might be thousands of years down the line, but we need a lot of time to make a simulation. This would also explain why we haven't encountered any alien civilizations. It could be that civilizations tend to self-destruct. And even if we make it that far, and substrate independence is true, our future descendants might not even want to make simulations in the first place. Should we run a simulation of all the suffering in the world, if the beings in there have conscious experience just like us? If we created ancestor simulations of our whole civilization, we would be simulating famines, wars, and diseases as well. But for our purposes here, my take doesn't really matter. If we are in a simulation right now, what happens when we die? Maybe it's like the episode of Rick and Morty, where they play Roy. In this episode, Morty straps into a virtual reality game called Roy, where he lives through the entire life of a man named Roy. He lives through childhood, attends school, becomes a—
What did you mean when you said you were not human when you were on shrooms? It's very hard to explain, but I wasn't able to see myself, and my—
What's your opinion about this conspiracy where the pharmaceutical company had a cure for cancer all along, but kept it hidden from the public so they can charge cancer patients more along the way until they're dead?
Yeah, that's literally impossible. So, in order to develop a cure for cancer, you're talking about thousands and thousands of researchers over many, many years and probably many generations, working on this sort of technology. So, with the amount of people that would know about this, And like it would just be impossible to keep it a secret. It's sort of like the moon landing conspiracy. So many people would have to be involved in a project like that it would be impossible to keep it a secret. So no, there's no way that would ever possibly happen. Thanks for the donation, Grey Knight. So yeah, like I was saying about not feeling like I was human, I have had, I don't know if it's like some sort of, what's the term, dissociative disorder. I don't know if if it's like some sort of dissociative disorder that I had, but I literally was not able to see myself. So I wasn't able to view my own mind in a cohesive manner where I could actually see my own thoughts and detect where they're coming from. It's really weird, but it's like I had there was some kind of like fracture in my mind where there's like different pieces of my consciousness that I wasn't able to detect or something. So whenever I'd like think of myself or imagine myself, I couldn't like put all these pieces together and like view my own consciousness. So I just had a very, like, I literally didn't have a conception of myself, really. So, it's almost as if I was looking at a shadow of myself rather than seeing the actual image of myself. That's kind of what I meant by me saying when I was on the mushroom trip that I'm not a real person. It's like again, it's sort of like I was viewing a projection, but I couldn't see what the projection is. Like, what is making the projection? It's the best way I can describe it.
A football star, gets married, has a child, spends years working at a carpet store, is diagnosed with cancer, beats the cancer, and then dies in an accident. He's then presented with a game over screen, and wakes up again as Morty. He's obviously confused because he just spent 55 years living this virtual life, only to realize that it was all a game. In a Reddit thread about simulation and death, one smug Redditor put it this way: we take our VR headset off and go, wow, that was so real. Take a piss, and then put the VR headset back on, ready to play a new character. This VR game possibility is kinda similar to reincarnation at first glance. You get to live through a whole life, and then swap it out for a new one when you're done. But it's not exactly the same, because it's a solipsistic existence. None of the people you encounter in the simulation are real. They're just parts of the simulation, like NPCs in a video game. All the friends and connections you make are illusions. This kinda sucks. Maybe it's like the Matrix, where we wake up and realize we're just being harvested for our energy or something. At least everyone in the simulation is still an instantiation of a real person, so all the connections you make are sort of real. But I think this case is strictly bad. At the level of ultimate reality, you're just being distracted with this fake world so that you can be enslaved. Okay, well, maybe we're all just a tiny portion of some kind of super AI god. The AI wanted to figure out how it was created, so it started running simulations of human civilization in the lead up to technological singularity. When we die, we just merge back into the AI god consciousness. And finally, maybe it's just the same as nothingness. Once our lifetime in the ancestor simulation is over, your consciousness ceases to exist. None of these possibilities seem desirable to me, and every single one of them seems to diminish the value of our world pretty considerably. We would all just be imitating.
There's no meaning to anything, regardless of what generates our existence or consciousness. It's all meaningless. It doesn't produce any more or less value.
Of people who supposedly existed before the singularity happened. I'll put simulation in C tier. There's an old joke that goes something like this. The Dalai Lama walks up to a hot dog stand, and he says to the man running the stand, "Hey, make me one with everything." The idea that we're all one consciousness has the connotation of being a bit hippy-dippy. It's often associated with meditation practice, or other techniques that supposedly reveal this truth. But this idea is actually pretty old. It's part of the system of reincarnation in some schools of Hinduism, where deep down we're all God, or Krishna. It also emerged a few times in the Western intellectual tradition. Schopenhauer talked about this kind of thing a lot.
Here is another nice Banshee edit to get you hyped up, just for good measure. I really need you to watch this show. I won't disappoint you like the guys that did recommend Breaking Bad to you.
Lucas Hood. Yeah, this is Hood.
Yeah, no, I'm actually down to watch this. Breaking Bad sucked cock, but I'm actually pretty down to watch it. Is it on Prime?
The hell you really are. The new sheriff.
Something of a mystery, huh?
I don't know if it's on Prime. Cinemax, Amazon Channel, Spectrum On Demand, or Max Amazon Channel. The fuck even is that? Looks like you can buy it on YouTube. Is that a different series? Oh no, it's just got a weird thing.
Yeah, this is Hood.
Who the hell you really are?
The new sheriff.
Something of a mystery, isn't it?
Lucas Hood, how are you?
Sheriff? Well, that's what sheriff looks like. Why are you doing this?
You know why?
You hate us. Me, Brock, everything about you is a lie.
The sheriff is a thief.
What are you talking about? Where are you going? I'm gonna throw them up.
You're not really a sheriff. You know you got jail. Your life, that life, is over.
Shut the fuck up.
Why don't you wait for me?
You're still the same wet pistol junkie you were 15 years ago. This whole sheriff thing you're doing, it's one long bungee jump without a cord.
You're not so different.
I'm not out there risking everything for the
I
thrill.
wasn't the one driving the getaway car.
What's the deal with the two-handed pistol thing? I don't get it.
Different.
Yeah, he's doing it again. Is that two fucking pistols again? What are you going to hit when you're in the back of a fucking moving truck and you're dual-wielding pistols?
I'm not out there risking everything for the
I
thrill.
wasn't the one driving.
Yeah, and there's... I mean, it's one, but... It is very hard to shoot with one hand.
The getaway car.
What is this? Run!
I might be dead.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to appreciate the shooting, but, you know, the hand-to-hand combat looks cool. Thanks for the donation, Sokiyashi.
Watt, for example. And some pretty famous physicists have described similar things, including Erwin Schrödinger, Freeman Dyson, and even Einstein. Sometimes this idea is called open individualism, which is a term coined by Daniel Kolak. There isn't really much academic philosophy on the subject, but there are a number of books about it, and it actually has a pretty sizable community on the internet. In this view, there are basically three ways you can look at personal identity. First is closed individualism. You start existing when you're born, and you stop existing when you die. Everyone is a separate observer that exists moment to moment. This is how most people intuitively think about it. Next, there's empty individualism. Everyone has had the experience of trying to fall asleep, and suddenly, a cringy memory from your teenage years pops up. You're ashamed. You're embarrassed. What could you have possibly been thinking? It almost seems as if someone else had done it. But perhaps it was someone else. The you of the past. In every single moment, we're a different person. This is empty individualism. In this view, you're just a little dot on the timeline of your life. Each moment you exist is a different, unique entity that's constantly changing over time. We are just a moment of experience. And finally, there's open individualism. You are every moment of experience on everyone's timeline. The fact that some other entity is instantiating consciousness makes them identical to you. This might seem a little wacky at first, but stick with me here. Let's go back to closed individualism for a second. You're the same person from birth to death, but what's holding it all together? Maybe it's memory. I remember some of the stuff I did when I was 10 years old. My memory of who I used to be is the continuity between all the moments of my life. But this doesn't really work. We don't remember everything. That's not how memory works. I don't remember what I had for breakfast on New Year's Day of 2013. And there are also false memories. People can be convinced of experiences that they never actually had. Okay, so memory's out. Well, what about my body? I've had the same body since the time I was born. But once again, this doesn't really work. The cells that make us up are constantly changing over time, like a ship of Theseus. Same goes for the brain. So all of this kind of hurts closed individualism. We can't seem to point to anything that ties it all together. So should we opt for empty individualism? Well, maybe not. Even though there doesn't seem to be anything tying it all together, it definitely seems like there's continuity in our experience. But how can we get over the weirdness of open individualism? Well, think about your conscious experience for a second. From our perspective, there's basically no gaps in our experience. We're unconscious all the time when we sleep, but there doesn't seem to be any transitionary nothingness in between. It's almost an instantaneous change from falling asleep to waking up. When I got my wisdom teeth removed, I remember laughing from the nitrous oxide as the surgeon prepared the equipment. And then, in the next moment, I was sitting in the recovery room. It was as if no time had passed. It was a seamless transition. This continuity lasts from our first experiences as children until the instant we die. And importantly, from our center of awareness, this block of experience doesn't have a beginning or end. We just kind of find ourselves in the world, as if we've always been here. Objectively, we weren't always here, but it feels like this awareness is a constant, because it's all we are. The only stable thing about me is my immediate conscious experience. It's the only thing I can really point to and say, that's me, because my body, my memories, and everything else is constantly changing. But here's the kicker. That immediate conscious experience is the same thing that other people have to point to. What you call I is the same thing that I call I. Now, with all that being said, I'm not totally sold on open individualism. But once again, let's just roll with it. Let's say we are all the same person. We're an identical subject of experience, but we're just different parts of it. So what does this say about death? Well, one suggestion might be that when we die, the illusion ends. As MC Ride once said, my experience is a momentary lapse of reason. Our identification with ourselves as one particular human stops, and we return to the ocean of being. But what would this be like? Would we experience all conscious experiences that all beings are having simultaneously? Almost like you're sitting in front of a bunch of screens, watching every single experience play out. This is a pretty tricky thing to wrap your head around, and it's unclear whether this state of being would be positive, negative, or neutral. But you might also consider the fact that right now, you're only one instantiation of consciousness. Maybe instead of returning to some default, where you're everything at once, you cycle through every instance of consciousness. This picture might look something like the short story The Egg by Andrew Weir. In this story, the main character, you, die in a car crash. You meet God, who explains that you've already reincarnated loads of times before. In your next incarnation, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. In fact, you've actually been reincarnated as every single human being who has ever lived. You were Abraham Lincoln, Adolf Hitler, and Jesus. You were also every Holocaust victim and every follower of Jesus. This whole process is meant as a kind of test. Once you've lived every single human life, you become a god just like him. The universe was created so that you understand that every time you hurt someone, you're really just hurting yourself. Every time you do something good for someone, you do it for yourself. This picture is a lot like reincarnation, but with a few key differences. First, it seems to be human only. You won't come back as a mosquito or a lion. And secondly, it doesn't seem to be tied to any kind of karma. You'll be cycling through every single human life, so the actions you take in your current life don't really have any meaningful bearing on your next lives, aside from the fact that you'll experience the other side of every interaction. This story also has a really important ethical implication that's kind of similar to the Veil of Ignorance thought experiment by John Rawls. Imagine you have no idea who you will be in society. You don't know your ethnicity, your gender, or your social status. Rawls argues that we should attempt to structure society from this perspective. Our principles should not be based on our current life and all the circumstances we happen to find ourselves in, but they should be based impartially, as if we could end up as anyone in society. The egg scenario is a lot like this because you're actually everyone. So the doctrine of do to others whatever you would like them to do to you takes on a very literal meaning because the others are also you. Now, this is a tricky one to rank. I'm not really sure what to think about returning to the ocean of being. It's hard to say what exactly that would be like. But as for the human-to-human exhaustive reincarnation idea, I think that's really great. You would quite literally get the full spectrum of human experience. Every instance of suffering, pain, joy, ecstasy, and love. I think that's easily the most.
Could a concept of good or well-being be developed in consciousness if there is never any reference to what is bad or a state of suffering? Like if we were angels in heaven who never knew of hell, how could you know it's bad until it's experienced?
I mean, presumably you could think up a concept of good or bad without ever experiencing it. I don't necessarily think that's impossible. Like, you know, there are people who are born extremely wealthy who I'm sure could, you know, imagine what it's like to be poor and have nothing, and vice versa. So I think you can conceptualize things outside your own experience. Thanks for the donation, though, retard.
Most interesting possible situation. S tier. So here's the final list. This video is not an exhaustive.
That was a cool video. All right, let's get into some Cuphead. It's about time to play some video games. I think I was having a problem with that one train boss. Cuphead doesn't suck, you're just retarded.
A great slam and it's on.
Damn it! This is where I have no fucking idea. There's so much weird random shit that pops up. Ah, oh, damn it. Okay. Damn it. Oh, motherfucker, dude. This boss is a cunt. Ah, oh, bitch! Oh, I can't believe that. Stupid skull head thing. What a motherfucking damn it! Oh my god. Okay, great. Oh my god. Oh, you have to be shitting me. Oh! What in the shit? It never does that. It started from the opposite direction. Fuck. Oh, wow. Oh my god. That's off to a great start. Oh my god. How? Why am I fucking up everything all of a sudden? Oh! That's weird. All the patterns are different. It wasn't doing that before. Yeah, all the fucking patterns are different. What a load of fucking diddly dick. You wanna suck my ass, dude? Damn it! Oh my god! Oh my god. Yeah, all the patterns changed all of a sudden. That's super weird. God damn it. Oh, great. Oh my god. Bro, why am I fucking up so good? Oh my god. Suck my ass. No! This game's just fucking me over. There's no way I mistimed that. Like, suck my ass, dude. Fuck you! Oh my god! Oh, great. Oh, shit. Ah! Oh, you mother of a fuck! You absolute fucking dickhead. Great. Fucking shit. Damn it! Oh my god, how did I fuck that up? Oh shit. Shit. No, oh my god, damn it, fuck you, eat shit, asshole, dickhead. Ah, mother of a fuckhole. Yes, there we go, finally. So this has to be the final boss. Oh, maybe the sub-boss.
A great slam and then some. Hope you're up.
Maybe it's different each time. What in the fucking shit? Ah, shit. Oh my god. God damn it. Fucking bitch.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begins.
Damn it. Absolute dickhead. Fuck. Damn it. Oh, man. Oh, you fucking cunt. I keep landing 3.
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go.
Oh, wow, he's doing the double thing right away. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna... Maybe... Maybe I'll try that.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here
Fuck. Damn it! Oh my god. Am I even, like, doing damage? So we have to roll 3 times. I see. That's mildly annoying. Wonder if rolling different. Oh, I see. So the dice gives you a bonus of some sort. Fuck! Fuck! What a dickhead. Wait! Okay, whatever. I must have hit him when I jumped.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
Well, we're dead. Oh, gay. Damn it.
Good day for us. Well battled. Here goes.
Yay. Put my screen on the bottom right? No, it obscures the thingy.
Good day for us. Well battled. You're up.
I might have done that too early. Oh my god! I can't believe I fucked that up. Damn. Oh shit. Yay. Get fucked. So I see. You have to... Okay, I understand how this works now. Okay, I get it. With the dice rolls. Oh. Okay. Can roll a 1, 2, or 3.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
Three, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Fuck. Damn it! Oh, motherfuck. That's hard to time. Oh, this is totally new. Fucking shit. Oh, great. Oh, this is super confusing. Oh, wait. Damn it. Fuck! You know you're a fucking bitch? Fucking game? So I definitely want to roll a 2 now. So it goes 1, 2, 3. There we go. Haha.
This boss is fucking you up. I thought you were a pro gamer. Are you sure you beat Sekiro because you're playing like a little bitch right now? This isn't even expert mode. Are you going to aim for S rank on all bosses or no? Fucking loser.
Yeah.
Dumb faggot.
Oh my god! Wow, what a waste. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get S rank on the hardest difficulty. We'll do that after we beat the game once. Thanks for the donation, dude. Fucking dick. Let's try to get safe. There we go. Haha, bitch. How do you like that? 3, 1. There we go. Health up. Damn it. Oh my god, what a waste. Son of a bitch. I was hoping I could, like, just keep my health up. Okay, if we get a 2 and then another 2 or whatever, then we're good. 3, 2... No! Ah! Fuck! Son of a bitch! You mother... Wow! How cheap! It hits me at the very beginning when I can't even move? Fuck you! I have no idea. Great. That's great. Thank you. Fucking perfect. Just brilliant. Cocksucker, bitch, dick, dick, dick.
This match will get red hot. Here goes. A brawl is surely brewing. Now go.
Oh, that was fucking gay. Damn it. Oh, great. Yeah, that was a little gay.
Good day for a swell battle. It's on.
Fuck. Oh. Damn it. Wait, is there... Does he take damage? I'm not even... Oh. Weird. Oh, great. Fuck, dude. Oh my god. No! Oh! Fuck you. Eat shit. What a dickhole. Oh my god. Fucking dickhole. Oh, that's bullshit. It didn't hit me. That was bullshit. The game literally fucked me over. That did not hit me. The game fucked me over. That was not my fault at all. Yeah, that was my fault. Fuck you. Oh, what a prick. Fucking monkey prick. I actually don't like that. Fuck, oh my god. How? One, two, three, okay. Oh my god. Why am I not able to do this anymore? Wow, I'm screwed. I don't know what just happened to my brain. I literally can't time it anymore. I literally cannot time it anymore. Okay, that one's stupid. Whatever. No.
You're actually such a stupid bitch, it's insane. You're literally struggling with some cymbal clapping wind-up monkey attached to a string that moves in a specific pattern. WTF is wrong with you? You bestishin but can't beat a little monkey. Faggot-tard.
Alright, well thanks for the donation, Wilbur. Fuck it. Whatever. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh, it's a different one now. I haven't even played this one. This is going great already. God fucking damn it.
A brawl is surely brewing. Now go!
Son of a bitch.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
I hate the shit in the foreground. That is super fucking distracting. That is really fucking distracting. I really wish that wasn't there.
Good day for a swell battle. And begin!
Fuck. Great. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. That's it.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
I can't fucking believe that. This is the easiest one that I don't fuck up, and I just fucked it up. Yeah, the cigar does kind of look like Vince Goodrum. I'm not good at games anymore. That's unfortunate. Ah, it cheated. That fucker cheated. What an asshole.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
Damn it. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be the worst one. Wait, weren't those the same? Oh, they're slightly different. Oh my god. Yeah, this is gonna be the worst one. Yikes. Great. And we're back at the beginning. Okay, fuck this.
This match will get red hot. Now go.
No! Oh! Why? It's like I'm fucking retarded. Great. You know what? I'm just gonna redo it. There's no point.
Good day for a swell battle. It's on.
What do you think of Fix Fearless saying bulking is useless? All you gain is water and fat. He believes you should main gain and progressively overload while staying lean. It was cool to see you on his stream BTW.
Well, you don't have to get fat while you're bulking, but there is a benefit to getting a bit more body weight, like getting slightly fatter, but you don't have to, like, actually get fat. So you will get to a point when you're more advanced where you do have to put on some additional body weight, but yeah, like at least when you're a beginner you can just stay lean. Great. Fuck, damn it. Thanks for the donation, Mr. Wolf Dude. I do not particularly like this boss. The shit in the foreground just, oh my god, yeah, it just fucks me up. So annoying. Why do they have to put the fucking trees in the way so you can't see shit? Oh my god, this is bullshit. Great, yeah, like, I can't see anything. Fucking asshole. What a dickhead. It's like the game just fucking cheats. Oh man, I hate this one. I really hate this one. Damn it! Absolute fucking cunt dick. Wow. Oh, shit. I'm not starting with this load of shit. That's better.
A great slam and then some. You're up.
Oh my god! Fuck you!
This match will get red hot. You're up.
Oh, I swear I wasn't on the thing. Oh my god. Give me a fucking break. I think I want 3, right? Got 4 health points and a super. This fucking monkey. If we can just get past this fucking stupid monkey. Oh, eat shit. I hate you, you stupid monkey. No! Oh my god. Fucking bitch monkey. Fucking monkey prick bitch. Dick, dick, dick. Suck my ass. Oh my god! What a load of shit! Fuck you, monkey! It just bullshits you. So I have to get either a 1 or a 3. If we get a 2, we're absolutely fucked. There we go. Oh! What? 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 Oh my god! What the fuck? Are you serious? I was supposed to expect that? Oh, fuck you! Oh my god, that is just... That is the most fucked shit! I can't fucking believe that! No! Oh, eat my ass, dude. Fuck you. Like, literally, fuck you. Fuck! Oh my god. Damn it. Oh, we're really screwed. The game literally just fucking straight up trolled me. That is fucked. Damn it. You know what? I'm redoing it. Fuck that. I'm redoing it. Redoing it.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
I swear it's taking more time to charge up the charge shot on this boss. It's weird. There we go. Redoing it. Whatever. God damn it.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
I'm not wasting more time redoing. It takes a longer amount of time to actually do the bosses. Damn it! Oh, fuck. This one isn't too hard. Still not ideal, but... Damn it! Oh, fuck. Okay, I can land on the safe. I want to be at 3. Great. Yeah, we're fucking everything up. Everything is fucked. God damn it. I don't even know if I can't see anything. I love how they make it so you can't fucking see. Great. Redoing it.
Good day for a swell battle. You're up.
Damn it. Fuck. Great. Oh, thank fuck. If I time all this right, this will be the last one until the end boss. Damn it. Oh my god. Are you fucking serious? Wow. God damn it. We're fucked. Oh yeah, yeah. Yep, okay. Right! That makes perfect sense. That's not cheap, fucking gay, retarded horseshit. I can't believe that. Fuck you. It's actually cheating. That is crazy. Just instantly, 2 health points. Fuck you.
A great slam and then some. Here goes. A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Damn it. Oh my god. I hate that it can, like, hurt you right after you go out of the super. That's kind of bullshit. Okay.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
You literally cannot jump high enough for some of these. What? How did that work? Thank fuck. Eat shit. Oh my god, by the skin of our teeth. Oh. Cock. One hell of a time, so this has to be the last level. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I can't even reach his head. God damn it. Alright, I have no fucking idea. Oh my god.
A great slam and then some. Here
How am I supposed to avoid that?
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
Fuck. Dickhead. Oh my god! Great. They're remaking House of the Dead 2? Really? Oh, that's good. I thought the House of the Dead 1 remake was not done that well. I didn't like how they used an actual physics engine. I think they should have just made it like the original game. It just looked better. And I mean, with Unreal Engine, you can make it just look better in general. I don't know why they... Ah. Motherfucker. God damn it.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's
Shit! Timing for that one is so awkward. Yes. Have that happen. Oh, damn it.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Ah, that is lame.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Oh, shit. That is fucked.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin.
Ah! Oh my god.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
How in the fuck could that have possibly hit me? That is horseshit. That is just pure fucking horseshit. Fucking gay. Son of a bitch.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Fuck. Okay, so a thing hits you going left, but you have to go there to... Fuck you! That is broken. That's actually broken.
This match will get red hot. Now go.
Okay, I just fucking can't, dude. Alright, I'm just gonna go chill, relax for a while, then we're gonna do a stream later, react to a bunch of shit. We'll probably we're gonna react to Pierce. Good chance we'll react to Loner Box's debate thing here. But hope you all had fun. Big thanks to everybody donating to Streamlabs. So I'll see you in a few hours. Take care.